Hello, Bible readers. It is Tuesday, September 22nd, and we are finishing the stories of Balaam, well, for now, Numbers chapters 23 through 25, and we're finishing chapter 2 of Luke. Let me start with this whole Balaam. I didn't talk about Balaam yesterday as we were, chapter 22 was a part of our readings, but 23 and 24 are Balaam heavy as well. This section has a lot to do with seers, a category of people we're probably not very familiar with. These are people who can see the power of God at work outside a community of faith. So seeing what most don't see because it's so foreign to and different from what we would normally be used to. A seer identifies the Spirit of God at work in unexpected places. Balaam is modeling this, and actually his donkey does this first, models a third office of leadership in the book of Numbers, seer. So the first two are prophets and priests. Prophets and priests gain their authority, their source of authority is very similar. It comes from the temple. Prophets are channeling the Spirit of God within the Israelite camp. Priests mediate the glory of God within the camp. Balaam, his religious authority, he's an outsider who knows God. And so it's not confirmed like prophets and priests through the tent of meeting. Instead, I'll get into this a little more in a second. His authority is known through trust, which is experienced through, shared experiences. So if he's trustable, then the leadership a seer offers is leadership that is then followed. I'll say more. A seer does not fear the unknown like many other leaders do. A seer builds bridges between people, where Balak wants to just, there's something we don't know or don't understand, let's kill them, let's attack them, let's push them away from us. But a seer wants to build bridges between what is known and what is not known. That's why this office is lifted up, you could say. Evaluating the authenticity of the seer. This is a problem. Balaam's donkey at one point is a seer to Balaam. And I think this probably explains what we're talking about is how do you know if a seer is genuine? Well, the central theme of the episode between Balaam and his donkey is common sense in community, arising through shared experience. A church, for example, how do they know whether this new thing we're talking about is permissible or acceptable to God? Well, the person who's saying we should do this new thing or different thing, how trustable are they? Have we had common shared experiences that say that what the seer is seeing is valid, is something that we can follow? I'm just going to read from this part. The message of the story is that we evaluate what we cannot see by judging the morality of the seer. The donkey reminds Balaam of past service. Their shared experience warrants trust. Even when one of the parties is blind to the situation, Balaam is blind to what's going on. The messenger of God confirms the common sense insight of the donkey. So the donkey is seen to be correct. Veering from the path saved Balaam from an attack by God. Recognizing the leadership role of seers is urgent, but evaluating them it's even more important. And so Balaam successfully evaluates that his donkey was right. The message of the foolish Balaam and his donkey is that without trust, the leadership of a seer will always appear sinister. And so seers, we think prophets have it tough. Seers have an even harder job because not only do they see something that nobody else does, their authenticity is called into question almost every single time. As for the Luke stories today, they are, chapter 2. I'm just going to jump to Jesus teaching in the temple. This is without parallel in the other Gospels. It connects baby Jesus stories to adult Jesus stories. Matthew and Mark don't have connections like this. And he is, in effect, teaching the teachers. And as much as, Simeon's song is a summary, really, of the whole gospel. Zechariah has sung, Mary has sung, Simeon now sings a summary of the gospel. Now we see in this teaching story that as Mary was keeping these words in her heart, she kind of represents all of us who are going through this gospel story and learning a bit more about who Jesus is and how Jesus is. That's what this is. This story, I think that the teaching story does for us, is to see, okay, this is not just a teacher. This is a teacher to the teachers. I am one with my God. My God is with us, all of us, at all times and in all places.